Fast am I, good evening and welcome to the Manx Radio Folk Show with me, John Barker, playing you the best in folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world. Tonight's show has a nautical theme and we start with The Bonnie Ship the Diamond. This version by Alistair Ogilvie.
The Diamond is a ship, my lads, frae the Davis straight she's bound, and the quay it is all garnished with bonny lasses around. Captain Thompson gives the orders to sail the ocean wide, where the sun it never sets, me lads, nor darkness dims the sky. So it's cheer up, my lads, let your hearts never fail, while the bonny ship the Diamond goes a-fishing for the whale. Along the quay at Peterhead, the lasses stand around, with the shawls all put about them and the salt is running down. Oh, don't you weep, my bonny lass, though you've been left behind, for the rose will grow on Greenland's eyes before we change your mind. So it's cheer up, my lads, let your hearts never fail, while the bonny ship the Diamond goes a-fishing for the whale. Here's a health to the Resolution, likewise the Eliza Swan. Here's a health to the Battle of Montrose and the Diamond Ship of Fame. We wear the trousers o' the white and the jackets o' the blue. When we return to Peterhead, we'll hae sweet Terson news. So it's cheer up, my lads, let your hearts never fail, while the bonny ship the Diamond goes a-fishing for the whale. Cheer up, my lads, let your hearts never fail, while the bonny ship the Diamond goes a-fishing for the whale. It'll be all breakbait day and night when the Greenland lads come hame. We a ship that's full of oil, my lads, and money to her name. We'll mark the cradles for to rock and the blankets for to tear, and every lass in Peterhead sings Hush-a-ba, my dear. So it's cheer up, my lads, let your hearts never fail, while the bonny ship the Diamond goes a-fishing for the whale. So cheer up, my lads, let your hearts never fail, while the bonny ship the Diamond goes a-fishing for the whale.
So that was Alistair Ogilvie from an album called Leaves Say Green, released in 2012. And I think it was my old friend Pat Knight who gave me that CD. And as many of you listening will know, Pat sadly died a week ago on the 17th of February. And of course my very best wishes go to his family, Emily and Martha in particular, and to all of his friends. I'll play a song for Pat at the end of the show. Pat did work in Newcastle for a long time before he moved to the island. And in 2012, the Unthanks released an album called Diversions Volume 3, Songs from the Shipyards, which featured the work of various Northeast songwriters, including Jez Lowe, who we very much enjoyed at the Institute last year. The one I'm going to play for you, though, has words by Rudyard Kipling and music by Peter Bellamy, and it's called Big Steamers.
Where are you going to, all you big steamers? your butter, your beef, pork and mutton, eggs, apples and cheese. And where will you fetch it from, all you big steamers? And where will I write you when you are away? We'll fetch it from Melbourne, Quebec and Vancouver, addresses at Hobart, Hong Kong and Bombay. But if anything happened to all you big steamers, and suppose you were wrecked up and down the salt seas, then you'd have no coffee or bacon for breakfast, and you'd have no muffins or toast for your tea. Then I'll pray for fine weather for all you big steamers, with little blue billows and breezes so soft. Oh, billows and breezes, don't bother big steamers. Where I am below and still rigging aloft, then I'll build a new lighthouse for all you big steamers, with plenty wise pilots to pilot you through. Oh, the channel's as bright as a ballroom already, and pilots are thicker than pilchards at loo. Then what can I do for you, all you big steamers? Oh, what can I do for your comfort and good? Send out your big warships to watch your big waters, that no one may stop us from bringing you food. For the bread that you eat and the biscuits you nibble, the sweets that you suck and the choice that you carve, they are brought to you daily by all us big steamers. And if anyone hinders our coming, you'll starve.
following the Unthanks there, we had a set of tunes that started, of course, with Three Little Boats, the Manx tune, there played by Mec Lir, from their 2014 release, Not an EP. Do any of you remember seeing Sam Kelly and the Lost Boys at Cycle Fest up at Milltown a good few years ago? They were on in the afternoon and they were really good. At the time they were promoting an album called Pretty Peggy, and here's a great track from that called The Shining Ship, continuing our nautical theme for this evening's show.
Well met, my own true love, well met, cried he. I'm lately come from the salt sea, and all for the sake of thee. Well, I might have wed the king's daughter, and she'd have married me, but I forsook her crown of gold, and all for the love of thee. Well, if you could have had a crown of gold, I'm sure you're the one to reign. For I am wed to the carpenter, and I'm sure he's a fine young man. With his knee, he broke that shining ship.
Well, that was Sam Kelly and the Lost Boys with a rather dramatic version of The House Carpenter, which they called The Shining Ship. I think they must have been listening to Led Zeppelin's Kashmir just before they recorded that. Let's have some more tunes. In this case by Damien O'Kane and David Kosky from their album The Mystery Inch, and the three tunes are Gan Ain, Ships in Full Sail, there's your nautical reference, and Garrett Barry's. Next up is Jackie Oates with The Ship in Distress, from her album Gracious Rings, released a couple of years ago, and then some Bellowhead. Well, I suppose there had to be some Bellowhead on a nautical show, and this track will be Dockside Rant and Sailing on the Tide.
Seamen bold who plough the ocean, no dangers landsmen never know. The sun goes down with an equal motion, no tongue can tell what they undergo. In dreadful storm and in heat of battle, there are no back doors to run away, but thundering cannon loudly rattle. Mark well what happened the other day. A merchant ship, long time at sailed, long time being captive out at sea. The weather proving so uncertain brought them to great extremity. Nothing on board, poor souls to cherish. For want of food they are freely grown. Captain and men were almost starving. There was nothing left but skin and bone. The cats and dogs, how they did eat them, so very severe. Captain and men in one position, captain and men went equal share, until at last a hitch came on them, a hitch came on them most speedily. Captain and men fell in a totter, casting of lots as to who should die. It fell on one poor sailor, his family being so very great. These very words did he grieve sorrow, those very words did he regret. I'm willing to die, my messmates, brothers, let someone up to the topmast stray, and then perhaps some sail discover, while I unto the Lord do pray. Those very words did he grieve sorrow, those very words did he regret, when a merchant ship there came a sailing, there came a sailing to their delight. May God protect all jolly sailors who boldly venture on the main, and keep them free from all such trials, never to hear the like again.
the unmistakable sound of Bellowhead. Next, I'm going to return to that album Songs from the Shipyards by the Unthanks, and it gives me the excuse to play one of my favourite songs ever. Music by Clive Langer and words by Declan Patrick Aloysius McManus, better known as Elvis Costello. Yes, I know it's not a folk song, but it was and is a very topical song. It's Shipbuilding, which was written during the Falklands War of 1982. The great Robert Wyatt had a minor hit with it, and it was on Elvis Costello's album Punch the Clock. Here the Unthanks cover it, with their bass player guitarist Chris Price taking the lead vocals for a change, and he makes a very fine job of it indeed.
Is it worth it? A new winter coat and shoes for the wife, and a bicycle on the boy's birthday.
It's just a rumour that was spread around town by the women and children. Soon we'll be shipbuilding.
Well, I ask you, the boy said, Dad, they're going to take me to task, but I'll be home by Christmas.
It's just a rumour that was spread around town. Somebody said that someone got filled in for saying that people get killed in the result of this shipbuilding. With all the will in the world, diving for dear life, when we could be diving for pearls. Spread around town, a telegram or a picture postcard. Within weeks they'll be reopening the shipyard and notifying the next of kin once again.
It's always Skildin. We will be shipbuilding.
We will be shipbuilding. We will be shipbuilding. With all the will in the world, diving for dear life, when we could be diving for pearls.
That really is a fantastic version of a very moving song. Shipbuilding by Elvis Costello, covered by the Unthanks. I was doing the sound at the Institute the other night for a concert by Minds a Shanty, that shanty group which features two Manx radio stalwarts, Howard Kane and Chris Kane. And they did a version of Deep Blue Sea. Funnily enough, I already had it programmed for tonight's show. This version is from an album I've recommended to you before, Otis Taylor's Recapturing the Banjo, which features Guy Davis, Corey Harris, Alvin Youngblood Hart, Keb Mo, Otis Taylor and Don Vappy. And the theme of the album is, as its title suggests, recapturing the 5-string banjo from its perceived white Southern America image to its origins in Africa with an instrument called the halam. Anyway, as I say, this is Deep Blue Sea, and it features Alvin Youngblood Hart on vocals and banjo and Otis Taylor on percussion.
What got drowned in the deep blue sea? Dig it gray with a silver spade. Dig it gray with a silver spade. Dig it gray with a silver spade. It was Willie what got drowned in the deep blue sea. It was Willie what got drowned in the deep blue sea. Deep blue sea, baby, deep blue sea. Deep blue sea, baby, deep blue sea. Deep blue sea, baby, deep blue sea. It was Willie what got drowned in the deep blue sea.
It's time to talk about music happening on the Isle of Man this week. Wednesday night will be the O'Donnell session in Douglas, Friday night will be the Mitre session in Ramsey, and Sunday, the 2nd of March, will be the Sailing Club in Laxey at lunchtime. There'll also be the Folk Club in Ramsey at the Buffs Club on Thursday night, and that's all the local music that I know about for the moment. On March the 9th, though, at the Institute in Laxey, Chris Drever and Chris Stout are performing. Chris Drever from Orkney, Chris Stout from Shetland are on tour throughout the UK at the moment in this new duo lineup, and it's going to be a fantastic night. There's only about 15 tickets left, so I would suggest you get them sooner rather than later if you don't want to miss this. I'll play a couple of tracks by Chris Stout next week, but here's one by Chris Drever that fits into tonight's theme. It's called Shipwrecked from his album If Wishes Were Horses.
Sleep until the day. Dream come what may. If when you wake I'm gone, you know I won't be long. I'm weary as I wait. It's eerie and it's late. I'm longing to be home. I don't want to be alone. One due carriageway castle makes thunder through the dark, lit up like a nighttime shop front. distant blare of a distant fox hunt. Sleep until the day. Dream come what may. If when you wake I'm gone, you know I won't be long. And we as I wait, Bessie, I'm longing to be home. Don't want to be alone. If our little boat hits the rocks below, we'll scramble overboard, swim towards the shore. No one gets shipwrecked anymore. 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 No one gets shipwrecked anymore.
Chris Drever there. I'm so looking forward to that gig he's doing at the Institute with Chris Stout in less than 2 weeks' time now. The next track is by the Urban Folk Quartet and actually features Dan Walsh on vocals and banjo. Dan is playing at the Institute in September. That's a long way off, so I'll tell you more about that nearer the time. This is from their album The Escape, and the track is appropriately Boat Up the River.
Boats up the river and I walk I'm down. I believe in my soul. I'm a waterbound. I'm a waterbound. Waterbound. I believe in my soul. I'm a waterbound. If the river was whiskey and I was a duck, I would dive down to the bottom. I would never come up. I would never come up. I'd never come up. I would dive down to the bottom. I would never come up. I will down to the river, take my rocking chair. If those blues overtake me, rock away from there. Rock away from there. Away from there. If those blues overtake me, rock away from there. I'll go down to the river and sit right down. If those blues overtake me, jump the river and drown. Jump the river and drown. The river and drown. If those blues overtake me, jump the river and drown. Down to the river, I'm ready to die, and this land is I'm a waterbound, I'm a waterbound, waterbound. I believe in my soul, I'm a waterbound. Well, the boats up the river will come down. I believe in my soul, I'm a waterbound, I'm a waterbound, I'm waterbound. I believe in my soul, I'm a waterbound.
The last track tonight I'm going to play for Pat Knight, who, as I said, sadly passed away just last week. I first met Pat when he turned up at the Coach and Horses session in Laxey that used to happen on a Wednesday night many years ago. In fact, I think we're talking about something like 33 years ago, because Pat often reminded me that on his first night there I invited him to our 30th birthday ceilidh at the Pavilion in Laxey that coming weekend. Pat soon became a regular on the session scene with his wonderful flute playing, whistle playing, occasional singing and a very dry sense of humour. He even helped us to move all the boxes and things when we moved into our present house 30 years ago, and is going to be a much missed figure on the music scene in the Isle of Man, but of course even more so by his family. So all of our commiserations to his daughters Emily and Martha. Pat loved the music of Nick Jones, so I'm going to finish tonight with The Little Pot Stove from the album Penguin Eggs. I'll be back next week to play more great folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world, and I hope you'll join me then.
Where the winter blizzards blow and the whaling fleets at rest, tacked in Leith Harbour's sheltered bay, safely anchored 10 abreast. Well, there's the whalemen at their stations, as from ship to ship they rove, carry bags of coal with them and a little iron stove. In the little dark engine room, where the chill seeps in your soul, how we huddled round that little pot stove that burned oily rags and coal. The fireman Paddy works with me on the engine frozen cold. A stranger to the truth was he. There's not a lie he hasn't told. Well, he boasted of his gold mines and of the hearts that he had won, and his body sense of humour shone just like a ray of sun. In the little dark engine room, where the chill seeps in your soul, how we huddled round that little pot stove that burned oily rags and coal. We live it 7 days a week, with cold hands and frozen feet, bitter days and lonely nights, making grog and having fights. Well, there's salt fish and whale meat sausage and fresh penguin eggs a treat. Then we struggle on to work each day through the icy winds and sleet. In the little dark engine room, where the chill seeps in your soul, how we huddled round that little pot stove that burned oily rags and coal. Then one day we saw the sun, we saw the factory ship return, meet your old friends and you sing a song. We'll hope the journey wasn't long, and then it's homeward bound and it's over, and we'll leave this icy hole. But I always will remember that little iron stone in the little dark engine room, where the chill seeps in your soul. How we huddled round that little pot stove that burned oily rags and coal in the little dark engine room, where the chill seeps in your soul. How we huddled round that little pot stove